How's it going? Here's just some more pickups here. These are about a couple weeks out. Like I said, I'm pretty backlogged here with videos and games, but this first game here is a trade I did with my good friend Chris Manogue. I sent him, I think, Klonoa on the Wii, and in return he sent me Harvest Moon, Animal Parade. I do like the Harvest Moon games. I don't have any of them on the Wii yet, so this is the first one. I think there's a handful. And on the DS2 I still need a bunch. I have just the original Harvest Moon and then Harvest Moon Cute. But anyway, so I've heard some good things about Animal Parade. I believe Peanut Butter Gamer has a real good review on it. It's pretty funny. But it is complete. Of course, I mean, Chris Manogue doesn't pick up non-complete games, so that was not an issue. But yeah, Animal Parade, very happy to have that. These are just on my own here. This is from that thrift store on Base that I've had some real good luck in. This is the best thing I've seen as of recent, and it is Kirby's Epic Yarn. It was $3. All their games were $3 pretty much. Every once in a while I get a good deal, but it's complete. And this is a duplicate for me. I already own it, so if someone's interested in Epic Yarn. I have not played it yet though, so I don't know how good it is or anything, but it is for trade. This was $1 at a pawn store. I believe the rest of these are pawn store. Oh no, one Facebook find actually. It is Wiffle Ball for the DS, and I thought it would just be kind of a fun, silly thing to put in every once in a while. However, I tried playing it, and they won't pitch. I can sit there and swing, all day long, but no one will pitch. So I don't know if my game's just busted, or if maybe just the game is flawed. Chances are my game's just broken, but I mean, everything starts up fine. I can choose my player, all that kind of the field, all that stuff. But I've hit every button and they won't pitch. So I'll have to look up see if that's a thing, or maybe like I said, I just need to replace my game. But Wiffle Ball. These were all $1, I believe. These PS2 games, yeah. And I've got another one there I'll show. These are $1. Call of Duty 3. I am trying to kind of get all these old first-person shooter stuff. This might be a third person, I don't remember. But anyway, there's a couple more Call of Duties on the PS2. I've got all the SOCOMs. I'll have to look. A couple metal. I can't remember what Big Red 1 is, if that's Call of Duty 2 or... Anyway, so a couple of them here I still got to find. This one I picked up. I already have it, but I wasn't sure which ones I had, which is a tip for always be organized. But it is Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends. It is complete. I said I have this one already. I'm missing like all of the 5 ones. I think Extreme Legends and Empires and one of the 3 ones. Anyway, so this one is a duplicate. This one I was glad to find. Time Splitters Future Perfect. I have the first one on the PS2. I just need the Time Splitters 2. These are pretty fun games. I'm not sure. I assume this one is co-op. The second one is, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it says co-op. So Future Perfect's probably pretty good too. Next is just Halo 2. I don't collect for the Xbox, but these Halos, when I find them, I try to pick them up because they're just quick and easy to trade in or whatever. If anyone needs it, let me know. But it was $1 for Halo 2. That was all from one pawn store. And I think with that was this. I can't remember which one, but this was $1, and it is the Red Alert series, the original Red Alert series on the PlayStation, or on the PlayStation, the PC. It is the both Soviet Allied disc, and it came with the 2 expansions, Counter-Strike and Aftermath. This would be the game I played growing up on the PC. Loved Red Alert. Jeez, I loved Red Alert 2 also, which I still play from time to time. I'm not sure if this will work on my computer now, because I believe it is for Windows 95. Doesn't say. And then I'm also worried that I might need a like registration code, which this does not have. But for $1, I definitely figured it was worth playing. They were a lot of fun. I love especially love the Aftermath expansion. There were some decent vehicles and upgrades added in. So cool game to play, but hope I can still play it. This was $1 at a different pawn store by itself, and it is Casino Kid for the NES. Figured it was $1 for an NES game. Somebody had came through and bought like all of them, and somehow this one was left, so I picked it up for $1. This was also $1, and this is kind of has a funny story. The game is Evergrace, which I've never heard of. It kind of looks like an RPG, maybe kind of like a Baldur's Gate style or something. So I go into this pawn store, and this is a store I've been in several times. The the employees recognize me as someone who comes in and buys video games all the time. Anyway, so I go in there. They had just recently put up a sign saying, their Wii games were $4.99, PS3, Xbox 360 $4.99, PS2 and Xbox were 99 cents. So I go in, and they had a couple GameCube games, and they were all like Disney and children games. I think like Ant Bully was one, The Incredibles, Shark Tale or something. So I passed on those, and she told me those were $1 because that actually was not listed on their sign. So I asked to look at this game, Ever Grace, and it does not have the manual, but for $1 I picked it up anyway. But anyway, so I asked her, I'm like, okay, I think I'll take this one, and she goes, okay, $2, and I'm like, no, I'm like, your sign says $1, and she's like, oh well, $2 for games in good condition, and and I'm like, first off, I'm missing the manual, but I was like, your sign says $1. I was like, I'm just gonna go with what your sign says. And she's kind of looking at it, and she's like, and I made that sign. And she was like upset with herself, I guess, for like making the sign or something. But anyway, I got it for $1. She gave it to me for $1. And I didn't think I was like a jerk or anything, but the sign clearly said $1 for PS2 games, so it was silly that she said $2. Anyway, so $1 for Ever Grace. I don't know if it's any good. I've never heard of it, but it looks fairly decent. Lastly is some games, actually Game Boy games, which is a little bit uncommon for me. I don't really pick up Game Boy games. Maybe a couple RPGs if I see them, but I kind of don't really play them that often. I love the 2 Zelda ones though. Or let me rephrase that. I loved Oracle of Seasons. Ages was tough, and I was not really that big of a fan of it. Or Link's Awakening, that was a tough one too. But anyway, so this was on. I'm on a couple like Air Force Base yard sale pages on Facebook. And I've picked up games here and there, not too often, but somebody had a handful of Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games. I offered $10 for the lot of them, and they said, yep. So some decent stuff here, though, so I'll go ahead and show these off fairly quickly. Digimon Racing. I'm going to try to actually get this so you can see these. Hopefully that works. So you can count these off with me here. American Skateland for Tony Hawk. Yeah. Crash Bandicoot The Huge Adventure, sure. One of the better ones here, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, this is actually a duplicate. I just picked this up another time too, so that's a duplicate for me. Spyro 2, Season of Flame, which I think Spyro 1 is in here also. Yep, Season of Ice, Spyro. Hope you guys are getting these. If not, I apologize. This is a little UMD Sonic X. I don't really care for that. Digimon Battle Spirit. Bunch of Game Boy Advance here. Sega Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog. The Pac-Man collection. I've actually seen this game like several times now, like different pawn stores. I don't know why all of a sudden this has popped up, but one of the little better ones, I guess, is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, which I believe this is the only spin-off other than like Pinball of the Pokemon games. Another decent title, I don't know if the game's that good, but Mega Man Battle Network 5, Team Proto Man. I usually don't, I've had a couple of these off and on, I should just trade them off. And then 2 original Game Boy games, and they are Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. I figured $10 though for all those was a pretty good deal. I have Super Mario Land 1 and 2, except now have Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. The rest, including that, are probably up for trade if anyone really needs them. I don't know if I'm going to keep the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team or not. I've got all the DS Pokemon games. I haven't really, honestly, given too much thought about getting the Game Boy Advance ones. In fact, I've had Fire Red a handful of times and traded it off. I think I traded off I still have Ruby, but I had Emerald or Sapphire at one point, traded that. So I don't know if I'll go for these or not, but if somebody really needs it, let me know. But those are the pickups for this video. Decent stuff, like some dollar games, the $10 lot of Game Boy games, $3 for Epic Yarn. I thought it was a good deal. And I want to say thanks again to Chris Manogue for Harvest Moon Animal Parade. The Harvest Moon games are just a lot of fun, so I am excited to play this one. So thanks again, Chris, and thanks for tuning in.